is my YouTube channel abinav 23. Today I am going to teach you the second half of the chapter Introduction. Now the topic is organization of economic activities. Basic problems can be solved either by the free interaction of the individuals pursuing their own objectives as is done in the market or in a planned manner by some central authority like government. There are two ways to solve a basic problem of an economy. The first way is by the free interaction of the individuals who follow their own goals and objectives, which is done in the market. Market means private individuals. There are private individuals like buyers, sellers, etc. who freely interact each other so that they can easily pursue their objectives. And the second manner is to solve this economic problem in a very planned manner. Okay, now let us discuss about the differences between the centrally planned economy and the market economy. In a centrally planned economy, the government or the central authority plans all the important activities in the economy. The government or the central authority plans all the important activities in the economy. And it is also called as the socialist economy. All important decisions regarding production, exchange and consumption of goods and services are made by the government. And now let us take an example of it. Education or health service. Almost it is provided by the government only because it benefits the society as a whole. Education and health services benefit the society as a whole, and also it is very important for the prosperity and well-being of the economy as a whole. Okay, now the market economy. It is also called as the capitalist economy. A market, as studied in economics, is an institution which organizes the free interaction of individuals pursuing their respective economic activities. And all economic activities are organized through the market. Now let us take an example. Two individuals, buyer and a seller, there will be a free interaction between them. Buyer has money, seller has products. Seller sells the product to the buyer and buyer buys the product from the seller. That's it. So there will be a free interaction between them. And next one is, in a market system, all goods or services come with a price at which the exchange takes place. Price. And now the price reflects the society's valuation of the goods and services. The price reflects the society's valuation of goods and services. How is it possible? The first one is, if the buyer demand more of a certain good. If a buyers demand more of a certain good, the price of that good will also rise. And now this signals to the producers of that good that the society as a whole wants more of that good than is currently being produced, and the producers of the good in their turn are likely to increase their production. So if demand is more for that product, the production will also be increased, and if the demand is low for the product, the production will also be decreased. And same thing, if demand is low, the price will also be low, and if demand is high, the price will also be high. Thus, in a market system, the central problems regarding how much and what to produce will be solved. How much and what to produce will be solved, because demand or price governs the market. In United States of America, the role of the government is minimal. The role of the government is minimal in United States of America. The role of government which is played in all economic activities is minimal, but in China, for the major part of the 20th century, almost every economic activities are being planned by the government, because it is a socialist country. China is an example for socialist country, and for the market economy the example is USA. And in India, the government has played a major role in planning economic activities. However, the role of the government has been decreasing day by day. Now the next topic is positive and normative economics. Okay, now positive economics. Positive economics focuses on facts, causes and effects. It focuses on facts, causes and effects, and it depends on what happens and why it happens. It depends on what happens and why it happens. Let us take an example of it. The demand for sunscreen products during summer is more than that during winter. Yes, it is true. The demand for sunscreen products during summer is more than that during winter. Okay, this statement is testable and it also avoids judgments. Let us know the reason. The reason is that it can be tested by collecting and studying sales reports from a specific shop, pharmacy or mall that sells sunscreen products. Okay, for this example, there is a reason it can be tested. The demand for sunscreen products during summer is more than that during winter. To test it, we can collect and study the sales reports from a specific shop, pharmacy or mall that sells sunscreen products. So it is testable and avoid judgments, and it focuses on facts. It is a fact, and also it focuses on causes and effects. Causes and effects, and also depends on what happens and why it happens. Now the next one is the normative economics. Normative economics, it values judgments and opinions. It focuses on judgments and opinions. It is based on people's judgments and opinions. For example, one person thinks that apple is the most delicious fruit. One person thinks that apple is the most delicious fruit, but the other person argues that orange is the most delicious fruit. This is the example of normative statement. One person thinks that apple is the most delicious fruit, but the other person argues that orange is the most delicious fruit. And now it is non-testable. This statement is non-testable. The reason is that neither of them are right nor wrong. Neither of them are right nor wrong, because it depends on people's preferences whether they like apple more than orange or vice versa. So there is no method to justify one is better than the other. This is the example for positive economic statement, and this is the example of normative economic statement. So normative economic statement is non-testable and positive economic statement is testable, and it avoids judgments. Now the last topic of this chapter is microeconomics and macroeconomics. Let us know the differences between the microeconomics and the macroeconomics. Micro means small and macro means big. So microeconomics is concerned with particular and small economic factors. Microeconomics is concerned with particular economic factor which is very small, and macroeconomics is concerned with general economic factors which is very big. It is concerned with general and large economic factors. So microeconomics is concerned with particular economic factor. Macroeconomics is concerned with general economic factors. We study the behavior of individual economic agents in the markets for different goods and services and try to figure out prices and quantities of different goods and services. So in microeconomics, we study the behavior of individual economic agents. As we have already said that it is concerned with particular economic factors, so we are studying the behavior of individual economic agents, not in general, not overall. We study the behavior of individual economic agents in the markets for different goods and services. Means for a particular goods and or services, what is the behavior of individual economic agents? Like that we are going to study in microeconomics. So we study the behavior of individual economic agents in the markets for different goods and services, and then we try to figure out prices and quantities of different goods and services. And the next thing is we try to figure out the prices and quantities of different goods and services. First, we study the behavior of individual economic agents in the markets for different goods and services, and the second one is that we try to figure out prices and quantities of different goods and services. We study the behavior of individual economic agents for different goods and services. And in macroeconomics, it is concerned with general and large economic factors, and we try to get an understanding of the economy as a whole. It is just for individual economic agents, but macroeconomics is for the economy as a whole. We try to get an understanding of the economy as a whole by focusing our attentions on aggregate measures such as total output, employment, and aggregate price levels. Here in macroeconomics, we try to get an understanding of the economy as a whole and in general, and it is concerned with large economic factors, as I have already said, and we try to get an understanding of the economy as a whole by focusing our attentions on aggregate measures. We focus our attentions on aggregate measures such as total output, total employment, and aggregate price levels. Here just we study the behavior of individual economic agents, but here we study the economy as a whole. It is in general, but it is only a particular economic factor. So we study different markets individually. Here in microeconomics, we study different markets individually, but in macroeconomics, we study aggregate or total measures of the performances of the economy. We study the behavior of aggregate measures of the performances of the economy. We judge the performances of the economy by looking at the aggregate measures. But here we study the different markets individually. So it is particular and it is general. Let us look at an example: supply, demand, and prices of different items. Here the example is supply of any goods or services, demand and price of different items. It is just for particular goods or services, but it is in general. Example, GDP rates. It is in general, it is for the whole economy, it is for the whole country. GDP rates, unemployment rates means total country's unemployment rates, and national income of our country. So in general, it studies the aggregate measures of the performances of the economy, for example GDP rates, unemployment rates, and national income. But here it is concerned with particular and small economic factors like supply, demand, and prices of different items. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to get new video updates. Thank you.